What's up, everybody? We are back with another review. This time we are talking Black Ops 6 campaign, and I will just start off with saying, wow, that was an amazing campaign. But before I get into talking about the campaign more, when this video is live, I'm probably already live on Twitch camo grinding. That link is down below. If you want to watch the campaign, I uploaded both a full gameplay and a mission-by-mission playthrough. Link down below on my single player channel. Also link the playlist for that down below. So if you want to watch individual videos mission by mission, or if you just want to let the whole campaign playthrough run, that is all available on my other channel, J Christ Plays. Link down below, playlist link down below. So as usual, we're gonna go into cons, so-sos, and then pros to finish on a high note. Before we do that, if you're not aware, this campaign takes place after the Cold War campaign. Not immediately, but it does take place not long after the Cold War campaign. It's based after the fall of the Cold War, after the fall of the USSR. Essentially, it is Adler being framed for some CIA stuff, and I won't get into details past that because you need to play this campaign for yourself, especially if you've played COD campaigns in the past. This is one of the best of all time. Of course, we'll give our rating at the end. But so the cons aren't really that big of a deal. But the main character, Case, you get to choose your responses, which we'll talk about more in the pro section. But COD didn't have them voice acted out. So you just pick a line, and then whoever you're speaking to, they reply to that line, and that's it. It would have been nice for them to be voiced out. And then another small con is a no hands con I had. It's referring to a specific mission. The mission is High Rollers. When you move a vent out of the way, the vent just kind of does this. You don't see hands like move it, which was lazy. And then you also are pushing a cart at one point, but the cart's just in front of you moving. You don't see hands on the cart, and that was super duper lazy. But those are really the only cons I have to complain about. There was no audio or graphics or bugs issues. I didn't run into areas where I got stuck or anything like that. Then we move on to the so-sos. The so-so is the open world missions. I would not mind a full open world COD campaign, although from a Call of Duty perspective, I don't know how much sense it makes because Call of Duty's always just been you going on missions. So I don't know how much sense that would actually make, but I wouldn't mind an open world. It's just that the open world missions, there's 2 of them, feel like they really want to do open world, but they can't, so they're going as far as they can without going into a full open world campaign. So, you know, they have these open world missions, and there's one in particular where there's a lot of different little side things you can do, which, what is the name of that mission? I think the name of that mission, I think it's the Cradle. I'm looking at the missions in front of me right now. It's either the Cradle or Most Wanted. Whichever one you're in the desert, there's a bunch of little side missions you can do, and do them if you have not played the campaign yet. Because they will help you later in the mission. They're not necessary, but they will help you. That's all I'm going to say. And so they have some open world elements. Like they had fast travel on that mission as well. But it's not fully committed to open world. So there's just stuff missing typically in open world, which I get because it's only like 1 or 2 missions. And I guess it's 2. And you wouldn't want, you don't want to like overcommit, right? So that's the only so I have. Moving on to pros. The first pro is the safe house. I like the central safe house hub. I like that there's Easter eggs in it, which I haven't done yet. There's upgrade stations so you can get perks, and you can actually unlock blueprints as well that you can use in multiplayer and zombies. But there's perks to change campaign, make it easier, make it harder, and you get that by during missions you loot money, whether that be from safes that you can open or off of elite enemies or just random places on the map. And then you can purchase perks. You can purchase the upgrade stations because they don't come in the safe house. You have to pay to upgrade them, which is part of the story when you first get into the safe house. Or you can unlock the blueprints for multiplayer and zombies, which I would definitely be going back and doing. Plus, I want to go back and play this campaign anyways. So then the next thing is that there's choices of response, which we talked about in the no case voice lines. There is response. So you can get into conversation with people around the safe house on missions, and you can choose how you respond to them. Some of them are just for more information / lore about characters, the mission, the story, whatever. Some of them are responses that actually change how a character responds, especially on one of the later missions. And I like that you can have the response choice to kind of make the story yours. That's something in any campaign review I'll post that I already have posted. That is something that I mention as a positive always, because I like when campaigns aren't purely linear. Everyone has the exact same experience. Everyone does the exact same thing. And plus, it makes it more interactive, makes it feel more like you're playing the game versus watching a movie or a show or whatever. Then we get into the creative missions. There is one mission. It is called Emergence, and that is one of my favorite COD missions ever. That mission, there is that mission, which is awesome. There's a couple missions, may or may not be that one included, that are like legit tense, scary moments that make you jump. There's one or two missions that you would consider literally like horror games. I really like the creative missions, and there's the variety. And Black Ops 6 has always taken away a little bit of the realism in favor of more fun, more creativity, and so it's something that is kind of characteristically Treyarch, which I really liked. The open world missions are kind of interesting way to insert variety into a typically linear game, but those are in the so-sos, but that just goes to show you the variety, the creative of missions. And it's something that I really enjoyed. I actually have Safe House here on her twice. I must have been more tired than I thought yesterday when I was playing through the campaign from New Zealand. But the Safe House, I guess that emphasizes how great it is. Like I said, there's Easter eggs. There's more dialogue that you can engage in to get lore and story stuff, the upgrades, all that. So double down on the Safe House. And then the graphics, typical of COD these days. The graphics are gorgeous. The coloring's good. The lighting's good. The detail's good. The graphics are awesome. This gameplay is awesome. To go through the cons again, there's no Case Voice Lines, who's the main character. There's no hands on certain animations, which is weird. The so-sos are the open worlds, are the split between, it seems like they really want to do a full open world campaign, but they're not allowed to, so they push it as far as they can. And then the pros are the Safe House, the choices in response and conversations, the creative missions, the variety. Safe House again. And then the graphics, and really the gameplay. The gameplay's fun. There's something in here that I didn't mention that I forgot is... on one of the missions, you actually get a grappling hook, and it needed to do things around the mission, but also helps you in the fights you have to take on that mission, and it's super duper interesting. I mean, I would love to see that grappling hook come to Warzone, but probably not. It'd be really cool if it did. But yeah, it was a really fun, really creative campaign. It was one of the best COD campaigns. It was well done. There was good twists in the story. The story closed in a way that has a surprise to Black Ops fans or COD fans in general if you've been playing campaign or you know the lore for many years. Overall, play this campaign. If you've never played a COD campaign, just go watch a YouTube video on the summary of Cold War if you want to be knowledgeable. Cold War game, not the whole Cold War history, because you would need a lot more than just one YouTube video for that. But go play this campaign. If you're just looking for something to do, if you want to break from the grind, if you need a break from other games later, this campaign is one that you should play. If you have any interest at all, even just the smallest amount, I would definitely go try it. IGN gave it a 9 out of 10. I find it hard to disagree with that. You know, if there's Case Voice Lines, hands, and the open world missions were better, I don't know if that could get to a 10, maybe a 9.5, but we're going to go with a solid 9 here. A great story, creative gameplay, a lot of fun. Behind us is the first mission that we're going to let finish playing, but I will see you in the next review. Like I said, I'm live. I'm continuing the camo grind. Have a good day. Bye.